people dying out here is aside from old age a bit rare. I mean, you expect disease, you expect injury and accident, but it doesn't happen like constantly.
I'm standing at the end of the leg there, Coey. Only a few bright lights, and in the shadows of the garbage tunnel and red carpet on the floor, I saw movement.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Oh boy, yeah, it was hot yesterday. It's supposed to get hot today as well, just hopefully not as hot. Yay, it wasn't blistering, and that's good. And I was able to sleep with the fans all going in my bedroom last night, so that's a good thing as well. But oy vey. So, fan in the window was going all night. It's turned off now so I could record. Fan out in the hallway going all night and turned down and the door shut so that I can be heard. I mean, even yesterday when I recorded some Daggerfall? When I recorded some Oblivion game stuff, I had to keep the fan on in the window and do noise reduction through Audacity because it was just too hot. I could not be in here with the fan off when I was recording. Okay, smokes. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very cool. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are helping to keep me alive. And especially since my rent is going up and using up all of my disability, with these people, I am at least not homeless yet. So thank you so very much, each and every one of these beautiful people. If you would like to be one of these beautiful people and help me stay alive, links to my Patreon are in the video description below the video, and there is also a PayPal link, and if you'd like, there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. Hey, front loading of videos over. Boy. I don't think I fell asleep yesterday. My memory, even with the Wellbutrin, isn't as good as it was on Ritalin, but it's better than without. But I can't remember if I fell asleep yesterday in the heat and such. So hopefully I didn't. I don't remember it. But I was able to make 2 phone calls. One of them still don't know what's going to happen, left a message with the Social Security people, so here's hoping. The other one, I was able to contact my therapist and at least leave a message for them. So that's 2 phone calls at least made. Whether or not anything comes of those, I don't know. All I can do is try. So I'm going to continue trying this week and today and see what I can do and hopefully get more done. So hopefully you are able to get stuff done and get more done. That would be cool as well. If you can't, don't beat yourself up about it. No need. Survival mode is necessary. So that's a definite thumbs up. I listened to just regular music yesterday, nothing special that I can remember. Usually when I need to do something here in this room, I put on the Strafe soundtrack because each one of the songs is a bloody banger. It is absolutely good to listen to, especially if you want to get stuff done, because it's one of those soundtracks that of course is trying to keep you pumped up because it's for a first-person shooter. And so, yeah, it keeps you going, and that's a very good thing. Walked all the way up to Walmart and back, and the number of people I am like, even when I go to Walmart, which is expected, Redneckville, there's like me and possibly 2 or 3 other people that are wearing masks. Whenever I go to any store, the number of people that are wearing masks is negligible. The covfefe bug is spiking, more people are dying, and you don't see anyone taking it seriously. It drives me nuts. So I'm still keeping as far away as I can from people that aren't masked, and I'm masking myself. I'm turning 60 in like 2 months. And even though I've gotten a vaccine and a booster, that doesn't keep you from getting it. It lowers your chances, but if you do, it also lowers the effects of the whole thing, but I don't need that at my age. I am in a very, very vulnerable age group now, and it's only going to get more and more vulnerable. My life is only becoming only going to become more and more vulnerable as I get older. So yeah, joy. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see what else, if there's anything on my list here of anything that I wanted to talk about that happened in my life. And the answer is no. Past that, the worst things I mentioned yesterday. I don't really have much money for food. I got, I think, $7 for food to last on my food card. And I've got just enough money left in my checking account to buy food and cat dirt for my cat, because otherwise no cat box for her to use, and oh boy, and no food for her to eat. I can survive not eating for a while. She can't, so yay. Such is life, though. And then I went on walkies, walked up, walked back, and then I relaxed. I didn't even really play very many video games last night, and even during the daytime. It was a rough time for my mental state during the afternoon. I started feeling better after I recorded, because I knew that bad as I felt mentally, getting into the mental pathways of enjoying myself playing a game would help drive those bad feelings out. So it took way too long to be able to do anything. The heat didn't help, but doing so, that helped a lot. So it really does help to break out of your ruts, especially if you're feeling bad. You need to break cycles of thoughts and such. And really, what does help is when you smile. Even if you don't feel happy, if you smile, your body already has neural pathways that run between smiling and the happiness centers in your brain. Your body is used to, you're happy, you smile. You have strong neural paths that run that way. So if you smile, those same circuits are lighting up. And they're hitting the happiness circuits as well. Not as strongly, but it can help to break you out of whatever horrible cycle you're stuck in. It's not a simple, well, I don't feel better. No. You got to put some work into it. You got to smile. You got to try and do your best. It's not going to be easy, but it does work, surprisingly. So thumbs up on that. Past that, just trying to survive, eating what I can, drinking lots of fluids because of the heat, hokey smokes, worrying about this, that, and the other, missing people that are gone in my life, feeling nostalgic about this, that, and the other, sometimes hearing music. I listened to a lot of the radio when I was younger, and I heard a lot of the, I don't even know what genre it is, but it was both the Motown groups that were coming out and the more R&B soul type music that was being played on the radio. And when I hear that older type stuff, oh my God, it is just awesome. I love that sort of thing. I don't like the feelings that I get of people that I can't see anymore, places that I'll never be able to revisit, and situations that are impossible to recreate. That part of nostalgia sucks. But the pleasant feelings associated with those songs when I hear them, that part is awesome. So that part's good. Past that, just been thinking on as many creative things as I could. There's a lot of stuff that I've been thinking on that I have not been able to remember. I wasn't as creative yesterday as I wish I could have been, but I do have stuff that is on my list. And one of the things that I mentioned it at the end of the vlog yesterday, with the whole Go-Go-Gotso 500 of the people of this one town, which I still haven't figured out a name for, when the beast that they named Gotso over a 10-year period killed and ate 500 people. Now, of course, it didn't just devour them bodily. Its eyes were always bigger than its stomach. It could never finish off an entire human being. So when you found the scenes of horrific violence, there would always be like, a part of a rib cage or a pelvis, a long bone, maybe a foot or an arm from this part down with just the bones and just the severed hand hanging in the field of blood. So you knew it was a Gotso killing because Gotso's eyes are bigger than Gotso's stomach. And so it took on that ironic Go-Go Gotso 500, which became the non-ironic Go-Go Gotso 500. But as callous as that is, the people of Apple Rock would understand this feeling entirely, since, as stated yesterday, and if you didn't hear it because today's your first day listening, the people of Apple Rock are looked upon as intensely callous and uncaring towards human death and suffering. Nobody really looks down on the town or the people or anything like that. In fact, it's looked upon as extremely metropolitan and the place to go up until the rampage. But the callousness of these people is such that they will, 2 months after a rampage, especially this latest one that kills 15,000 people in total die, but they can only guarantee that 12,000 of them are eaten. That's a good couple of thousand there that nobody's really sure, but you can't say one way or the other, so they're just a death. But these people will have t-shirts with high resolution pictures of people being crushed and eaten in the jaws of this kaiju that rampages with "I survived rampage," and then put the date on there, and people wear those. Even the people who lost family members, they wear them, and they'll go like, "Oh, these are appalling, I'll buy one." It seems really callous to everyone out there who, everyone is more, we would find it extremely callous on the razor's edge and even on the inside with the whole attitudes towards death. They would seem very callous to us because people dying out here is aside from old age, a bit rare. I mean, you expect disease, you expect injury and accident, but it doesn't happen like constantly to everybody in your life. But it does on the inside, and human death is everywhere because human beings are everywhere. And so human death just becomes normalized. If you're out with your best friend that you've known your whole life and they get eaten, you're not going to be in good shape. They're still human beings. They still suffer the whole body horror of death, loss and all that, but they also live in a place where that happens all the time. And so you go on with your life. But even to these people, the people of Apple Rock are extremely callous. But that's because the people of Apple Rock have no choice. With the waste gas that the kaiju gets off, lets out after it's, digesting all of the human meat that it's been eating. It has had 2/3 of a trillion years to be able to fine-tune its own digestion and the waste gases it can produce. It has fine-tuned everything that happens. These poor people that live in Apple Rock are drugged to the gills with this compound in the air that you breathe that just clings to all your neurotransmitters and gives various feelings of community, of trust in your fellow person, and just it draws you together with your releases of dopamine and serotonin, so you don't even think of leaving Apple Rock. You can't. Even in the midst of 15,000 people gone, why, I can't leave Apple Rock. Some people, when they get that thought, it's just anxiety and panic inducing. But even more, when the people of Apple Rock, all of these substances cling to various neural pathways. When human beings see things like human death and evidence of death, like blood splashes or bodies, corpses, anything like that, we activate neurons in our head on pathways that only happen on extreme stress from seeing stuff like that. When these people see scenes of violence, like somebody wearing a t-shirt with a mouthful of half-chewed human beings and with the kaiju there, when those neural pathways fire, all of those chemicals that are being released, yes, they feel shock, horror, they feel momentary disgust, but they're also hit with intense feelings of community and love for all of their fellow citizens. And they don't realize, it's not like, oh gosh, I'm click, and then there's a big click in their head. No, it takes the time for hormones and other substances to work through your body. So you don't just go, oh, I'm feeling this, but you say, oh, wow, that's a pretty appalling t-shirt. But, as bad as that is, that would really be helping local business. And in a time like this, every single one of my fellow citizens needs as much help as they can get. I'm going to wear this t-shirt, I'm going to buy this t-shirt, and I'm going to do my best to support all of my fellow citizens. And you feel that love for home and family and the people that are there, because all the people of Apple Rock are your family. These people are drugged to the gills. They never have a chance. And of course, if you come visit Apple Rock, those substances also your mileage may vary, but you may breathe them and decide, you know what, I'm staying here in Apple Rock. And if it doesn't hit you quite that hard, after you've left Apple Rock, you start remembering it nostalgically. If you visit it a second time and you want to, you really, really, really want to go back. And when you've gone vacationing there your third time, well, you're going to start looking for a place to live, because you're going to move to Apple Rock. Those feelings that you get are just so intense and pleasurable. Apple Rock is the place to be. Even with that large, gigantic apple-looking rock up on that clearing that overlooks the entire city. And every 5 years it unfolds itself into the kaiju and comes down rampaging into the city, eating as many people as it can. Because after all, have to remember, this thing has to get fat from eating human beings. It has to fill its digestive system to the maximum with human meat so it can survive the 1.2 billion years of torpor. When it comes out of that, it has no fat. It has nothing in its digestive system, and its body is cannibalizing itself. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well, you've already seen how my brain works / does not. We have the Horror Files, thumbs up, and good to see you in the comments. Adrian, greatly appreciate, good to see you in the comments as well. And Tommy Copeland, heat and life is just life. We'll see what happens, but good to see you as well. And Confused Owl 29, good to see you in the comments. And yeah, the housing market is just ugh. We have Cameron Flores, who actually asked about my hand used to be just paralyzed. I severed my radial nerve back in like 2015. It took years before I could move my fingers even halfway normally. It's still like a club with tendrils if I'm not thinking about it. But thank you very, very much. And we have, hopefully I'm up to 6. JAYY, thumbs up and thank you. Potato Mode Forever. It is a bad situation, but while it is abusive, it's possibly not as abusive as it could be. But thank you very much. We have Loco5, and hey, good to see you in the comments as well. And I couldn't handle wearing a gimp suit. I would not like it. We have Hastra the Goat, greatly appreciated. Akame, or now I can't pronounce it any other way, but Akame Bro, thumbs up, and thank you. Kryptonite, good to see you in the comments as well. There's Nando Rice Charuti, which is nowhere near the way the name is supposed to be pronounced, but thank you very much and good to see you. We have Azra E, thumbs up, and then we have Jesse Koskinen. I can't remember if I've thanked you already. If I haven't, well, thank you very much. Always good to see you. Ben B, greatly appreciated. Kenpachi Ramasama, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. We have Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Wesker the Baker, I think we're on this one. Good to see you in the comments. We have Alan Sizemore, greatly appreciated. And that is it. 19 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Getting me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. But it is appreciated. Thank you to no end. Yeah, so today I'm going to be turning the fan on, turning these lights off, opening up that door, and trying to keep myself as cool as possible. Ugh, heat. Gotta love it. Gonna try and make some phone calls, but also gonna try and stay alive and surviving. And hopefully you can do the same. And if you've watched this far, thank you so very much. It is appreciated to no end. And of course, please take appropriate precautions. The Covfefe bug is still out there killing. You don't need to die. You don't need to kill anyone else because you passed it on. Please. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.